Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another weekly forecast. And we had an amazing week last week with CPI. I'm just going to quickly break down that before we actually talk about next week's forecast. You can see here I'm on my Telegram. Again, this is a free channel. Link is in the description if you're new. But I did send this out, I think a day before CPI, so you can see zones to keep an eye on for tomorrow's CPI. And I gave a sell zone and a buy zone. So depending on if price wants to push down first, I'll expect a reaction to the upside. If price wants to keep climbing up, I'd expect a reaction to the downside. And if we keep scrolling, you can see that price then pushed up. Peter sent his setup, I then sent mine. VIP were already active at this point. You can see the sell zone active at 2047, and as soon as CPI then reacted, you can see that price then dropped at least 100 pips initially on the day. But I had a higher a longer term TP. You can see that price I'm targeting below 1970, and if we then just keep scrolling down, you can see that back onto trading view here, price then hit 2047, fell down, TP1 is taken out at 200 pips, and then TP2 300 pips, and now price is sort of floating around about 360 pips. It was almost going down during agent session on Friday to TP3, and it just failed it. But this is where we sort of go into next week's forecast. The same setup still stands, right? The reason why I was seeing a reversal happen is that we've seen three sort of new highs. Price was creating a lot of liquidity below, which still needs to be collected. Price had a shot of breaking the previous high, but then rejected really quickly. And this is a sort of a retracement move. So again, this here showed us the direction, saying that right, price had a really strong push to the downside. Let's see what price does after. You can see then we had a slow retracement, and then it was CPI, and we were around back in the middle of the range, so we could have gone either way, right? This is why it's so dangerous with CPI. So then I was waiting as high as possible. This again matches our Z strategy, which we provide two zones where price will possibly react, and it actually reacted in both zones. So price then went up to the sell zone, pushed instantly down, and then once it pushed down towards this level, which is TP2 here, I had a buy. And then you can see price pushed up 100 pips off that buy from 2012 to 2022. I took it around about 60 pips. So you still hit the buy zone that we were looking at. We still got a reaction, but then we know the overall reaction was to the downside. So then I got out that trade. So we caught 200 pips there, 60 pips on the buy, and we're continuing. So we're playing ping pong as is. The reacting of the zones don't just stay in one sort of bias. Obviously, you have a higher time frame bias, but on a shorter time frame, you can sort of dabble in both directions, because gold likes to do that. It likes to consolidate at certain times, it likes to move sideways, and yeah, pretty much that's my explanation on what happened last week. And let me just delete all of that. Just before we get into the weekly forecast, I know you guys are sort of waiting for it, so I thought I'd just add it in now. We do have a sort of copy trading account that I've set up last week. I've got all my explanation on the free channel, so I don't need to sort of go through it again. We made a nice decent 100% return on my account. This is the main account, so depending on sort of your risks that you set up, it might be lower, but profit is profit as at the end of the day. We're looking to keep this going. And one final thing for those who are very interested, where is it? I think it should be here. Let me just scroll up for a second. Give me a boop. As you can see, we're sending a load of setups. There we go. So you win a lifetime mentorship with us, and a 20k funded account on whatever whatever platform you guys choose, for just £10. Usually it's around about 600 to get access to lifetime, and it could be 800 with the funded account. So but you can win it for just £10. There's around about 80 tickets left. I think 20 have been taken away in the first week or two. Winner's going to be announced on the 31st of May, so I'll resend this message after this video comes out, so you guys can get in on that as well. This gives you a chance to, you can buy as many tickets as you want, don't forget, and that will basically increase your chances of winning. So pretty much, right, okay, let's get back into it. Let's move into the next week's forecast. Right. Okay, so price then pulled back towards the end of the day on Friday. You seen price push back up here. We then entered another sell. I think it was around about this position here. I'm still holding this. SL's the entry, so we'll just keep that there. Price is floating around about 94 pips there, but I'm expecting price to push this low here on Monday, right? Because price had its pullback. I feel like on Monday initially, straight away, we should get a move towards the downside to take this out. Now, and over here, it's just the decider whether price wants to push up a bit. That's fine. We can catch a re-entry if the PPI sort of drop to then push down even further. It just depends how urgent the market is to sort of drop, right? So we could have this sort of pattern happen, and then again, this is where we'd look to keep selling, because our sort of bias is for a price to be taken out here, 1970. So this is my target. I would like to sort of see price continue pushing down towards this level and perhaps even break these previous lows, because if we look on the daily time frame, what we got price pushing up, we have a price sort of aiming to push down, we have loads of liquidity sitting around this level, and then once we sort of start taking these lows out, then it'll start look like price wants to sort of fall. But I feel like this is only the first sort of step of a reversal. You can see that price is pushing up. If it takes out these lows, this could be a fake out for some buyers, so just keep an eye out from there. But that's sort of longer term stuff. Where's an example of this on the daily time frame? There's not really much of an example, to be honest, other than this one. You can see it's a smaller sort of similar pattern. Price pushed up once, twice, three times. Price pushed up once, twice, and three times. And then this one was a lot quicker of a sort of drop after the third time, which confirmed that it's sort of having a pullback. But the way this is sort of moving, we'll have to see. Again, from the technicals, I do see the price sort of pushing down at the moment, unless we see price pushing up. But I also still see this, all-time high at 2070 still sitting there. So we'll see what happens with inflation news and stuff like that. What we got next week? We have retail sales, building permits, and a speech, which could be very significant on the 19th of May, so keep an eye on that. Right, yeah, this is more of a shorter forecast, I believe, because we've got one direction, which I'm looking for. So price to sort of take out this low here, right? That's where my target is, to take out these lows. And then we could get some sort of reaction off here. But if momentum is there and it wants to keep going, just let it go. Yeah, just let it go, take out 1950, 1940, and then I would like to see back down to 1900s. This could be a nice sort of impulsive reaction off the, the interest rates at the top here. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a like, don't forget to subscribe as usual. Links are all in the description. It's your boy Stags, peace out.